So you want to start your own online course, but you're not sure where to start. Well, in this video, I got 6 steps for you where I break down how you can go from starting your own course to creating and recording it, and then after watching this video you're ready to start your own online course. So the first step to starting your own online course is the course ID, of course. And what do I mean by that? I mean, like, maybe you already have an ID, but have you already validated your ID? And also, do you know what your audience truly wants? And by that I mean, like, have you done research? Do you know, like, what kind of need is there for your audience? And let me tell you this, the way that you get to that point is by doing either research, so you can look at other course creators, what kind of course do they have, how does it sell, how well does it perform, but also look into your comments, look into your DMs, your email, whatever it is that your audience is reaching you, and see what are the typical questions people have been asking you. This way you can think of an ID that pops up to your audience head all the time and that you have the answer to. And this way you can create a unique ID. And that should exactly be your goal. Don't just go out of your head like, hey, I want to create a course about this. Just actually do some research about this. What kind of questions do you get a lot? And also validate your IDs through your socials. And what I mean by that is, maybe ask on your social media what has been bothering you a lot. What are the struggles that you have been going through? And then you can also do something like creating a new story on your Instagram and you ask them a question and then you give like 4 different answers. Now your audience can choose for what they need the most. And this validates your ID. So now that you've validated your ID, you can think of a course. You don't have to think of the name yet. We will do that later. But the second step to creating your course is the course curriculum. So after validating your ID, you have to break them down into different modules. And the modules will give you the exact process of all the steps that you need to take in order to learn something. So for example, I want to create a course about a short form content agency. And if I think of that, then the modules will be as followed. So if I wanted to explain someone how they can build a short form content agency or any marketing agency from scratch, then these are the modules that I would use. First up, it is setting up your business. Then the second module is how to create an offer. Then the third one is inbound marketing, the fourth one in outbound marketing, and then the fifth one, it is how to get your first client. And basically I have all those modules broken down into parts where they go from starting up their business to getting their first client to automating their business. So literally after watching the entire course, someone can go from A to Z in their own agency. So after you've broken down the key modules, it's time to add chapters per module. And the way you do that is as follows. You can do this on a piece of paper or on a Word document, or you can already do this in your course platform. So for me, I'm using FreshLearn, and in FreshLearn already I can add my chapters per module. So underneath each module we have these chapters. And for example, if I set up my business, then I have an introduction, then I have a chapter how to set up your business. Then the next module offers also a few different chapters. So we have like niche examples, we have client avatar, market research, validate your niche. And this way you basically have an outline for your course. So you've basically broken down all your modules into different chapters, and then you can start working on your course. And for that we need step number 3, choosing the right format. So now I want you to think, how do you want your course to look like? Do you want to have video? Do you want to have text? If you're choosing video, do you want to have a face cam screen recording? Do you just want to do audio? Do you want to include text? Do you want to include quizzes, assessments, anything like that? I want you to write down what you want your course to look like, and then we can go from there. So for example, you want to do a course where you show something on the screen. For me, for example, that's very important. I want to do like a PowerPoint presentation, and I also want to show my own face. Now I can decide what kind of software I need. Now besides that, you also might want to think about what kind of equipment do you want to use. So for example, if you're doing a face cam or like a video with screen recording, you might want to invest in a high quality camera and a really expensive mic, but I'm telling you, you don't need all of that. You can simply use your iPhone. As a fact, right now the video that you're watching is recorded from an iPhone 15, and I'm also using a mic that's about like $40 to $60. So you don't need to have expensive equipment to create your own course. Also, in terms of the software, make it as easy as possible. The course is about the value that you deliver. It isn't really about how fancy the editing looks. You can use that fancy editing when promoting your course, but honestly, all the courses that I've seen, They're just really easy and they just focus a lot on the knowledge that has been given in that course. Now, if you want to get a few tips on what kind of software to use, I would recommend CapCut for editing it, and I would also recommend Loom for just recording your course. You can literally edit your entire course through Loom, and the great thing about it is it lets you create a video very simple. So now we have step number 4, figuring out what the name will be of your course. Now for this, I would recommend to keep it very simple. Don't overthink your course ID. All you should focus on is that your course could be rememberable. This way people will remember the name of your course every time you promote it. But don't spend hours on this, just keep it simple. People buy because they want to buy certain knowledge from you. They don't buy you because of the name. So one tip I would recommend is to use ChatGPT for this. Let me give you an example of how I would do this. So right now I'm on ChatGPT. I'm using ChatGPT 4, but you can also use ChatGPT 3.5. And simply you can put in a prompt like, I'm creating a course about how to set up your short form content agency. My target audience is young entrepreneurs who want to start a business. Now you ask it, can you give me like 20 different course ID names? So now ChatGPT generates a ton of different options for us, and all we have to do is just pick one that we like. So let's go for the first one, for example, short form success, launching your content agency. Well, that sounds like a pretty cool name, but you can also keep it simple, like for example, short form content blueprint. I've seen those kind of names appear a lot on different type of courses. So don't overthink it, just go with something easy. Now that brings me to step number 5, choosing your course hosting platform. And this is by far one of the most important decisions that you have to make, because choosing the wrong platform can lead into a big headache and a lot of wasted money that you did on that platform. So I will show you how to choose the best one for you. First, think of what you actually need from that platform. Do you want to host video? Do you want to do quizzes? Do you want to do a bunch of other things? Do you want to create your own community? Then figure out which platform has that. The platform that I showed you earlier is called FreshLearn. So FreshLearn is an all-in-one platform that lets you do everything from creating your course to helping you build your landing page with AI, but also to market your course and also building a community. And that's why I chose FreshLearn for my course. And let me show you how it works. So within FreshLearn, we have our overview of what we're currently doing with our course in terms of the stats. Then on the left-hand side, we have our products, and here we can create a few different products. We can create our own course like I showed you in the beginning. So for example, right here, I have all of my course modules. And then what I can do is I can go to each chapter and then I can add my video in there. I can also choose to do a audio file, a quiz, or any other file that I want to add. Then I click on save. I can even enter in some text. And then once I'm done, I can do that for each of my chapters. Besides that, why FreshLearn is a good platform to host on is because it has a bunch of different features available. Just take a look at this. We can even create a digital download. We can do a project bundle. We can host our entire community on FreshLearn. And we also have a few different marketing options. Another reason why I would recommend FreshLearn is because it has low startup costs. So you can literally get started for free, or you can go with the pro or no-brainer plan, and it is competitively priced compared to their competitors. So for example, if you compare to Teachable or Kajabi, their best plan is around $200 per month. And with FreshLearn, you can get started for $50 per month on the no-brainer plan. And this plan has everything that you need in there. So make sure to choose the right platform because it will give you a big headache if it doesn't do what you want it to do. Luckily with FreshLearn, if you were using Teachable or if you were using Thinkific or any other platform, they will help you migrate over to FreshLearn. So keep that in mind when building your own course. Now we get to the last step, and it is start making your course. And now for this, I have a few tips to give you. First, I would say keep the editing simple. Unless you are like an editing course, you could keep it simple. If, for example, you are a course about learning people how to invest, then people just want to learn how to invest from you. They don't care about the fancy editing. So keep that simple. Besides that, I will recommend to just get started. Once you get started, you will find things to add later on, and you don't have to overthink it. So just get started first, get everything in place, and once you start working on it, you can add things later. Now, after you have recorded everything from your course, you can upload this to your platform. So the way we do that is as followed. For example, on this course right here, I would click a module that I want to add a video in, and now I can click on the file that I want to add in, and it starts uploading. Then I can enter in some text, I can do anything I want. I can even add in a quiz or an assignment to test the knowledge of my students. So this way I know they for sure understand what I'm telling them in the course. Once you've created your course, you've uploaded the entire thing, you can give it a price, you can think of a competitively priced price and also what you think is fair to pay for your students. Then you can add in some other things, like for example a certificate. So when someone has completed the entire course, they can get a certificate, and then you can publish your course and you can add it to your sales page. Now, if you want to learn how to create a sales page, then let me know in the comments down below and I will create a video about this. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Good luck creating your course.